that we so that you can see my computer. Okay, so here is the case study video that I shot on Friday. So what I did was I walked down to my client's gym, and I prearranged this with them. I just sent them a text and said, hey, can I steal you for 15 minutes and just do an impromptu case study video? I said, yeah, no problem. And if you guys watch it, it's a little bit awkward at first, but once they get going, it's super real and super, all their words. So let me give you a good framework for shooting these kinds of videos, because they can sort of be tricky. And let me just turn the fan off. I just thought about that. Hang on. I'm hoping the audio is okay and you guys can hear me all right, because the fan might be making noise. So what I did was I said, look, I'm not going to prepare you at all, and I want for this to be very organic and just sort of like in your own words. So don't feel pressure. Just act like the camera isn't there, which is actually very hard to do. And you can see they're kind of like buttering things up a little bit, which is fine. But they want to help me. I've helped their business a lot, so they want to help me. But I don't tell them the questions I'm going to ask beforehand, because I want it to be super authentic and I want it unpolished, So like a quick tip for video is there's basically like three like quality levels of video, and especially when you're dealing with small business. Number one is like really crappy impromptu stuff, and that's kind of what I was shooting for. And that means like the audio is probably bad, but it's super real and it's super unfiltered and very raw. I like that because all you have to do is flip your phone on and just go get it. It's kind of like why I like live video. But the second level is sort of like reality TV sort of style, where it's like sort of polished, but not polished enough to where it's like high production value. And the third one is high production value. Most clients initially think they want high production value, and then it's too much. It's too expensive, it takes too much planning, blah, 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 blah. So I prefer to just go somewhere with the route 1 or 2. And there's a couple of tools that I use that I'll share with you guys in another video about how you can get your clients to create good videos on their own using some free resources. But for this one, I just jammed down there just to do it and get it done, like ship it, right? So let me show you real quick. And I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but you guys can watch it yourselves.
So I do a lot of different things here. Whenever anyone...
So it's the framework is just number one, introduction. Who are you? What's your role? Tell us a little bit about yourself. And then the next 3 sections are the general framework. So the first part of the section is like probably like the first, I want to say minute and a half to like 5 minutes. I just have them talk about what it was like before they worked with us. Okay, so what were you doing? What was it like? Were you getting leads? And I just let them start talking, and then I try to draw out 1 or 2 extra things from them. So if you watch the video, you'll notice I had a couple follow-up questions, because I wanted to let them say what they were going to say. But then I tried to draw a couple of key things from them, so that I made sure that the content was good enough for somebody who's watching to actually give a shit. So that's the first one. So the past, is right here. So what were you guys doing before? This middle section is what was it like working with us? And then they light up, right? They get so excited and they go, oh, well, it's great. We got leads, blah, 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 blah. Again, a couple of follow-up questions to draw a few key things out. And then what are your plans for the future at the very end? So that's part 3, right? So past, present, future, easy framework to follow. And then the very last question that I asked them is, would you recommend someone else who looks like you to work with somebody like us? Or if you were to recommend somebody to do this, what would you say? You know, something like that. Just an open-ended question just to wrap it up and basically have them say in their own words why they should work with you, why someone new should work with you. So that's the basic framework. So just to back it up and recap, intro, who are you? Give us a little context. Past, present, future, with a few follow-up questions sprinkled in there to draw out the key elements. And then the very last part over here is just, you know, what would you say to someone else who's considering or on the fence about doing something like this for their business that looks a lot like yours. Cool? So that's the video. It's very straightforward. I was just had my iPhone out. The sound quality was not great. There was airplanes, you know, above and things like that. And all I did was I held my camera using what's called Ninja Grip. Okay, this is a good key if you're shooting a video without a tripod or something. You just hold the phone, like make a little C with your hand, and then the screen is facing you like this so you can see. And then what it does is it kind of makes you have like a monkey hand, so you can't move it. It's not easy to move it around. So it kind of stabilizes the camera, and you can just hold it right here like this for a long period of time. So my arm did get tired. That was a 12-minute video, but it came out all right. I mean, I just went down there and shot the thing, no equipment besides my iPhone. That's it. So uploaded it to YouTube, and I even had a hiccup there where like the storage on my phone ran out, and I just, you know, quickly edited them together. That was one edit real quick in YouTube, and that was it. So it doesn't have to be complicated, really easy. What did you tell them the video and questions would be about? David, I told them that it was going to be a case study video. So that's really all I said, and they'd offer it. They were like, dude, if you need anything, just let us know. So I was like, well, you know, it'd be great, just a quick case study video to, you know, to tell, so we can use that to attract more gym owners like yourself. And they're like, oh yeah, no problem. And they even referred me to a couple of neighboring gyms before that, so they're totally cool with doing that. So I just told, and they were like, well, what are we going to talk about? Da, 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 da. And all I said was, well, look, I'm just going to ask you some questions about your experience, like about what you were doing beforehand, what it was like to work with us, and what you guys think is in store for the future. And that's all I say. And they go, okay, that's it. So I don't really get into details because I want their answers to be authentic and super transparent. So, okay, so that's that. So that's the first part that we're going to cover today. And then here's the other thing that I want to, did I just forget my tripod? No, David, I intentionally did not bring a tripod because I wanted to just get it done. Actually, I don't even know if I have a tripod anymore. That might be the biggest reason why I didn't bring it. It's because I don't have one. Okay, cool. So, guys, I only have a couple minutes today before I got to go, but let me show you this. This is a photo that I took of my whiteboard at the office before I started teaching this course to you guys. And I did this so that I could, here, let me turn up the brightness here a little bit. I did this so that I could train my team to understand what the new workflow looks like. And this is after we have a case study, okay? So I'm gonna quickly walk through this so you understand it, and then you're gonna understand the simplicity of the trial offer that I recommended to get your first client and first case study, okay? Because this is a lot of steps. So this is what the client onboarding process looks like, and this is what the fulfillment looks like over here on this board. So there's 5 steps, or maybe like 6 steps over here, and 4 steps over here. So over here, you can see we have, once you have a case study, it's so easy to sell this stuff. It makes life so much easier. But once you have a case study, and you've got a video and everything, you can do different things to drive traffic to that case study. So you can do a Facebook ad, you can do word of mouth, meaning like asking for referrals or just getting referrals. You can post in Facebook groups if you're a member of any Facebook groups. If you are active on LinkedIn, you can do that. You can use your warm network. You can, if you have an email list, you can use your email list. There's lots of different ways to get traffic to that case study with relevant information. You can do cold emails to a case study, and that'll get you some action. So the red part with the circles, there's a lot of those. Don't worry about that part. We'll get into some of the things that have worked best for me. Once we crack open the campaign, I'll take you guys through a real world example, but conceptually today, yes, David, I can. I will definitely do that. And in fact, I'll do you one better, man. I'll post the video that I did with my team training, and that'll give you like a really clear picture. Does that sound good, bud? Okay, cool. So once we have the case study, you send them to the case study. The call to action on the case study page is click here to apply to work with us, because what you're going to find is that, you know, our criteria need to be met in order for us to consider working with somebody, and it's just a lot easier if they get that out of the way through an application. So you want to have that information before you talk to anybody, ideally, in an ideal world. So that's why we send them to an application page, and it just asks them about the criteria that we discussed in the last training. So it's like, do you have a video that explains why somebody should come into your business? Yes or no? So put the link here. What is the average yearly value of your members? Put that value here. What's the link to your website? Put that here. You know, it's basically just trying to figure out how well they qualify to work with us. We're looking for red flags, and we're looking for people to filter out. So after they click on the application and fill that out, the next step, the call to action on the application page is, great, thank you very much. Click here to book a call on my calendar. And again, this is an efficiency and filtering thing. If people are really motivated, they'll do these steps. If they're not, if they're tire kickers, they won't get past these, you know, filtering steps. So I have a schedule once calendar that I have that has time blocking in it. So they can only sign up for a time to talk with me at certain times that are my criteria on my terms. You know, I'm not going to be available all day every day to do something like that. So you know, for sales calls, I've got like windows and time blocks that I've got set up. So I just have those. They pick a time that works for them, that's open. They get a slot. It's booked on everybody's calendar. It's great. So then what we do is we go to the sales call, and on the sales call, we do a demo. And there's a few key things that you say on that sales call, and I'll get into the details of that in one of the trainings this week. But let's just say they say yes. Then we either take payment over the phone or get them started on a trial. If you're using this funnel, you're probably just trying to sell them before you get started. So I just use a Samcart link. We use Stripe for our credit card processing, and we collect the payment over the phone. And then what I do is I send them to a get started page. And what that does is it sets the expectations for what the onboarding is going to look like, what the first week to first month is going to look like with us. And I'm actually still building that page. It's a new idea that I got from my buddy Mike Cooch, and he swears by it. He thinks it saves tons of time. So I used to do this between myself and my campaign manager. We used to answer all these questions, but now we're just going to build a page that has video and all the FAQs about getting started, so they know what to expect. Okay, so over here on this side is the onboarding call, and basically this onboarding call, I used to do these, but now my campaign manager does them, and that's where the B and the E are. Those are two people on our team that that handle this now. And so what we do is we do the business manager setup, which is where we get access to their Facebook ads, ad accounts and page and everything like that. We drill down the offer details, so we get offer approval there, right there on the phone, so we don't have to do a million emails back and forth. We collect their assets, like their email list and their photos and their videos and everything, and upload their email list to a custom audience so that we can get some cheaper ad clicks and more relevant ad clicks. And then we go over the other funnel and campaign details. There's a couple other things. So I'm going to show you guys all that again in detail. But so next is the funnel build and ads build. And now, again, I used to do this all myself, but now my campaign manager and one other team member builds the campaign in Lead Pages and MailChimp. And they just, it's a lot of cloning and renaming, so it's very easy. They can get it done in about 2 to 3 hours. And then we send that, once that's done, we send the links. We send the ad link and the landing page links. It's about 3 links to the client for approval via email. And again, since their expectations have been set all the way back here, they know that's coming. They know what the email is going to look like. They know what we expect of them to get that done. So all this happens within about 2 or 3 days. And then once they do that, we turn the campaign on, and we do 2 types of reporting. We do a weekly report that we just do via email. We say, if you want to talk to us about anything, let us know, and we'll hop on the phone. Most clients don't do that. And then we do once a month reporting that shows them their complete ROI, and that's the one that I showed you guys when I was on with Brian. It shows how much ad spend they spent, how many leads they got. Hopefully they've been cooperative about giving us sales numbers so they can really connect all the dots. And that's it. It's only about 2 or 3 hours a month after that to maintain the account. Now look, this is pretty advanced because I've gotten other people involved, but the beauty of the free trial offer to get started is you can skip the top 3 squares up there and just go straight to a sales call, basically. So if you do some outreach and you say, hey, I just want to do a free trial with you, you just need to pay the ad spend, you can just go, they can go, oh great, okay. So you just ask them those 4 questions that you would ask in the application. You should be like, okay, well, you have to qualify, you need a video, you need a good offer, you need to have the right economics in your business. We've got to make sure there's enough value built into it for us to really help you. But if you have all those things, and it sounds like this is a good deal for you, we're going to do it for free. Just kick in the ad spend. So that's the same process. Say, okay, well, I'm going to collect $200 in ad spend for your free week trial, and all that's going to go to Facebook. And then we're going to tell you how this works so you can get started. And then we need to schedule our onboarding call. That's the first step, so I can get business manager access and jump on a go-to meeting and nail down your offer details, etc. Then I'm going to go build your funnel, build your ads for you. Then you're going to get to approve it, because obviously you want to understand what's out there and understand what's happening in the process so you can sell the leads that are coming in. And then we're going to send you some reporting. So it's very, very straightforward, very simple. This is our entire business, guys, right there. So simple. I can't explain to you how much simpler it is compared to what we used to do at our agency. We didn't have anything like this at our old agency. So that's it. I got to get going. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I will post this photo and the video training my team about all these steps in the group, so you guys can have that. And then tomorrow at about, tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow at about 9 or 9:30, I'll hop on it and we'll do a very detailed walkthrough of this with using actual real-world examples. And I'll go through every step and show you guys what each of these steps looks like. And then I'll tie in how we sell it. Because I like to sell it now as we go, which is like a great way to do it. So that's it. Hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. Hope you're staying cool out there. It's like 100 degrees in San Diego right now. It's like record breaking or something. So pray for us. All right, guys, take care. Bye. Hey guys, how's it going? A little bit late today. I apologize for that. But what I wanted to do is do a quick audio check to see if you guys can hear me, because last time the audio on Facebook Live was a little bit wiggy, and I'm in a couple of groups and some other people said that Facebook Live was acting weird too. So just let me know in the comments real quick if you got my audio. And today, basically what I'm going to do is, just to give you guys a heads up, I'm going to actually burn through what I do on the demo call or the sales call, and it's also going to cover the base of, like, if you want to do some cold outreach. It's so obnoxious, Kristen. I love that comment. Here, how's that? Is that better? This is giving me a better shoulder workout today. This is why I love live video, though, because like I just rolled out of bed, got played with my kids for a couple hours, did not shower because I'm gonna work out here in about, I have to go to therapy for my knee and then work out right after that, so I'm gonna get all stinky anyway. So there's no makeup, there's not even deodorant, so that, I mean, it's as real as it gets. But what I'm gonna do is actually just take you through like a real video that I sent to get this client that I've been talking about so much as our sort of case study client, because I'll show you the original video that I sent to them, and you can use this for your sales calls, and you can also use it for your like a video presentation just to get them interested in actually even talking to you. So there's two ways that you can use it, and I'll sort of explain the nuances of it as we go, and then I'll post the link to that in there so you guys can replay it if you want. So Kristen, can you hear me okay? Hear the audio all right? Just let me know if you can. It looks like you're the only one live right now, so if you can just type okay, good, thank you. Here, and this is what I'm going to do too, is I'm going to actually show you guys my screen and talk over the video as I go. So let's go ahead and get started, and here we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, one-on-one. You're the lucky one, Kristen. So here's the video that I sent to them, and this was after I met with them in person. So I'm gonna give you guys the context because that matters. I had already been in to see them and talked about. This is like a one-on-one conversation where I'm talking with the sales director or the membership director, excuse me. And he's going, yeah, here's what we did with Facebook ads. And in my head, I'm just lining the campaign up going like, oh my gosh, I can make this so much better. You guys could totally crush it. And then he goes, okay, well, send us, what you're thinking of, or tell me when you want to come back in. So I said, well, let me just send you a video, and that way you guys can see what we've done for a client that looks a lot like you. And then you can see sort of what the steps look like, the funnel steps. You can see how it's different from what you've done before. And I had a really good conversation, a really good rapport built with him. So I felt okay doing this. With the colder that your person is, so let's say that you post on your Facebook feed, you just say something to the effect of like, hey, I'm just looking for if you or someone you know has a gym or a chiropractic business or a dental office, let me know. Because I want to basically give them a free trial. There's no catch. It's free leads basically, and I'll run it free for a week. All they have to do is pay the ad spend. You probably want to do this at, like on a join.me, or a GoToWebinar or something like that, and do it live with them instead of sending them a video. That way you can control the conversation and engage them a little bit better, and make sure that they understand each step and how it's different from what they've done previously. So the colder they are, the more you want to do what I'm about to show you in person, or on a screen share meeting, if that makes sense. So I'll just start the video here, and so the context of this video was that I already met with him and I had good rapport, so I could get away with just sort of like moving through it pretty fast. So I'll go ahead and play the video here, and then I'll stop it at certain points and describe why I'm doing what I'm doing. Whoops. Here, and just wanted to make a quick video for you so that you could sort of see the campaign that we've previously run that I think most closely matches your business. And the reason why I want to do that is because we've already tested a couple offers in a space like yours, and and so we already kind of know what works with a campaign like this. So I wanted to show this to you just in case you don't know who Crunch Fitness is. But we helped Crunch Fitness a while back, and they're sort of like the discount version of, let me just look up your site here. They're sort of the discount version of what you guys offer. In other words, they have overall fitness. It's a lower end facility, but they also offer unlimited group classes for things like yoga and whatnot. So you'll see here in a second why it's probably a pretty close match. But the basics are that we ran a good offer that included class-based things, so unlimited, a week of unlimited use for the spin classes and yoga classes, and gosh, I forget what else it was. But it would basically be the same thing that you guys could offer in your club and facility. So this is them. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not. You probably are, or at least have heard of them. But they have a $10 a month, $20 a month, and a $30 a month price point. So just to give you an idea of what their demographic might be like. So let me quickly show you what we did for them. This will start to make a lot more sense. So what we did was we started an ad for them, and it actually started off really, really successful. what we did was we localized it to their area, and we made what's called a lookalike audience of their current members, and we let Facebook go out and find all the customers or the prospects that looked like their existing customers. So what we did was we just punched in their location, did an 8-mile radius around their location, and opened up the audience from 18 to 58 and made it female. And the reason why we made it female was just because women respond a lot better to, like, they click on more things online as a demographic. So we started the targeting there, and we typically get cheaper clicks for when we target females as well. So the offer was a 1-week free offer of unlimited use for their entire facility. And let me show you real quick what that looked like. So we set that up in the ad tool. And okay, so let me pause it right there for a second. So the first part of that was it was basically a quick overview, and he had asked me, he was like, so if you guys have done this for other people before, like, what does that look like? You know, what kind of results, you know, did you guys get? What kind of client, what did they offer? You know, all that stuff. He was very curious about the details of it. So that's why I started off talking about Crunch a little bit, because he was essentially just saying, like, okay, I just want you to show me everything that we talked about. Now, if you don't have a case study yet, you can do the same intro that I just did here. What I would do is skip the front part and just go straight into the audience targeting and say something more generic, something like, hey, Point Loma Sports Club, this is Rob here, and you, by the way, you guys, you can see how awful I made on this video. I probably didn't have any coffee yet, and it was early in the morning, but I just got it out there and it worked. Okay, I mean, they've been a great client ever since, and this was the exact video. You're seeing the exact shitty video that I sent to them. So again, just being super real with you guys. So so backing up a step or two, if you guys don't have a case study video, what you need to do is build the pages in the campaign and take a couple screenshots of the ad targeting that you plan on doing. In other words, build one funnel that does not have a client in it, or just uses a mock client. And what you want to do is show this person that, starting with the targeting, and just say, look, here's some cool things that we can do with the ad platform, because if you've done Facebook before, chances are that you've never seen this. Did you know that using Facebook's ad tool, we can target people by age, by gender, by income, by area, by whether they're most likely to be a customer of yours or not, whether people respond to online ads like this or not. All of that is available within the ad tool, and we can get really, really, really specific about people who can not only afford your services, but who have the highest likelihood of actually signing up for them. And the reason why that's important is because most people don't know that. Most business owners do not know that exists. Most business owners think, oh, I'm on Facebook and I have a page, and it just sits there and does nothing. They do not know about the ad tool side of it. So it's really important to understand that. I didn't do it in this video because I already told Ryan that in person. But if you don't have an existing case study, that's how I would start the video off, because that's like the thing that's going to hook them and get them really interested in the rest of the video. Okay, so we'll keep going here. And here's sort of here is what the ad. And just to let you guys know what's in the rest of the video, I'm just walking them through the ad steps. So it's like I've already got this stuff built. All you have to do is say yes at the end, and say, I want that, Mr. Customer, Mr. Client, and I can do all this for you. Okay, so what we're doing is mapping out the plan, mapping out the steps, so that all they have to do is say, I visualize it, I get it. What you're telling me is this stuff works, and you're removing all the risk, and that's what's going to get them to sign up. Okay, so here we go. Here's the ad, right? Look like the one on the left is the desktop version, and the one on the right is the mobile version. And it just says, attention Tampa Palms, which is the area this place is in. We're giving away 51-week free trials to an unlimited number of group classes, including Zumba, yoga, Pilates, and Jillian Michaels body shred. Click to download your pass now. And then we've got this nice visual graphic of what the classes actually look like. And we just wanted to basically overload them with value by showing them that all this stuff is free. So free Zumba, free yoga, free, sorry, what was the other one? I always forget it.
Pilates, excuse me. And if you went to go sign up for each one of those individually, you'd be well into the hundreds per month. So it's a pretty smoking deal. Then we just reiterate the free offer here, and we click download. So download the offer, right? So what we did after that was we took them to a landing page that we built for them, and this is a screenshot of the landing page. And the landing page is very, very strategic. It has very little on it besides.
And just to let you guys know, he showed me his existing landing page, and it was on his regular website, and it did not have the elements that I'm about to explain to him. So that's why I said it was very strategic and very different. So in other words, what you want to do is differentiate from what they're already doing, so that they say, oh, well, we're not doing that, because they already think that they are doing everything. That's just the way that these clients are going to come out of the box thinking is, well, I already tried that and it didn't work, so what am I not doing that you're going to do? That's literally the way that they're thinking. So the whole goal of this video is to show them the differentiation, because they did not do this, and they're not experts. And like, if they were experts, they would strip all the garbage off of their landing page and all the navigation and everything, and make a video, put all their energy and effort into making a good offer and a good video so they can make money. That's the bottom line. So I get really assertive with that. I didn't have to do that with this client because he gets it. He was very open to my help and the changes that I was making. So all I had to do was paint the light that this was different, and it works better because we tested the shit out of it, So that's why I'm saying this, but this is another area where I get a little more aggressive if the client is giving me pushback. Like when I show them this, they go, oh, well, that looks too simple. Oh, that's not, I don't like the finger pointing down. It's like, really? Because we split tested this and we get way better conversion rates, which saves you money and makes you money when we use the finger. So I'm gonna put the finger in there and leave it there. It's for your best interest. It makes it dead simple for people to know what to do on this page. There's nothing else to do but watch the video and click after they watch the video to download the free pass. That's it. That's why this works. So essentially what I'm doing on this page is saying, this is the only thing that you need, and we'll build it for you, we'll host it, we'll do everything for you, everything. And not only that, we split test the crap out of this, so we already know it works, and that's what you guys can say too, okay? So I'll play the rest here.
The one offer that we made in the ad. So we strip away the header and the footer and all the other stuff around it, and we just get them to reconfirm, yes, I want this free pass. So we reiterate what they're going to get in the headline. We provide a little bit of scarcity because they're only able to give a certain amount of these away per month. And then we plugged in their video that they have that feature all the classes that they get at Crunch Fitness. So when they click this yellow button, we have a simple pop-up come up. And again, this just gets their another little micro commitment where they say, yes, I do want this. And actually this should say free. So imagine that this says membership for free right here. But all we ask for is their email, and click yes to send the coupon code. And then on the thank you page.
That's my dog having doggy dreams, okay, so this must have been late at night when I recorded this, but that's my golden retriever at home having little doggy dreams and yelping in the corner. It's so funny. Oh man, you guys get the best version of me, I swear. It's rad.
It just says, thanks, your offer has been sent to your email. Present your pass to our front desk at Crunch Fitness Tampa Palms to activate your free 1-week pass. So what's cool is what we did was we stacked in all of the different things that they can do on the thank you page to motivate them to get into the facility. Because after they mentally commit to saying, yes, I want that, the next step is we want them to actually come in so you guys can close them and sign them up and all that goodness. So for these guys, they actually said, yeah, we really want to get them to the gym. We can close them that way. So they offered a free t-shirt if the person came in within a week to help motivate them to do that. So here's sort of the stats. And this is really interesting because we got that.
Okay, so here's another thing is that, again, I already spoke about these results with Ryan, but the other thing was he's a big time numbers guy. So I felt okay giving him this amount of information. For people who aren't as numbers heavy, I just talk about how much money they put into the campaign and what they got out of it. And I know these numbers, right? But this is a lot of information for somebody who doesn't understand sales or lead generation or paid traffic or anything like that. So this is another thing that I did just because of the situation, but you guys can really simplify this and just say, month one they put in $1,000 and they got $10,000 back or whatever it is, so that's just a side note here, but I decided to include this because, again, he asked me for it and I knew he could handle it and understand it.
A ton of leads, and they spent almost $2,700 in ad spend, but they were loving it because their estimated lifetime revenue of the sales was so high. They were like, we'll take this all day long, because what ended up happening was they collected some one-time sales up front, but they ended up getting, like, the very next month they were going to be back in the positive, and each month after that the people stayed, it was just more profit, more profit, more profit, more profit. So they loved these numbers, and it went so well that we actually said, well, we're getting such a good response to the free offer. Let's see if somebody will purchase online. They'll purchase a $10 offer instead of making it a free offer. So mid-campaign we switched to that because the free stuff was going so well. We edited the targeting a little bit just to widen the audience.
Again, this is something that I added just because I knew this guy, is okay with advanced stuff. So if you guys feel like you're dealing with somebody who just needs the bare bones, skip this part because you're probably going to lose them a little bit. But this is good for you guys to see here as well.
And what we did was we just made the exact same ad. We just said you get 30 days for $10. So essentially they get a free first month, and they get unlimited access to all the group fitness classes. And this is like their middle price point one. The only thing they don't get is like the tanning facility that they have in there or something like that, and a couple other little things. But this is their $20 a month package that they get access to. So it is a deal. It's half off for the first 30 days is essentially what they're getting. And again, we use the same landing page and same call to action here, this time for, get a upgraded membership for $10. And then we set up this nice page to collect the payment for them. So they didn't have a online payment system set up, so we just set up this one-page online payment system. The funds went directly to their account. We set all this stuff up for them and, added the copy and all that good stuff, but they did not know how to do this, so we went ahead and did that for them. And they ended up getting, and after they paid, the people pay, this was just a payment confirmation that they would see after this. So that was pretty cool because we got some sales without having to do much. In other words, the person just signed up on their own. But online sales were much lower, so we only got 32 people to take us up on that offer, which resulted in $320 in revenue. And then the phone sales were where it was at with these guys. I mean, they collected way more of those $10 offers over the phone than they did online, so that was like 5x. So the phone was key for them, but still, at the end of the day, they'll take those numbers all day long because they know the very next month, they're only out of pocket this month $800 or so bucks, or $900, and next month they're going to be in the green, and they just wanted to roll all that profit back into another campaign. So super happy with how all this went. They were happy, we were happy, and went really well. So I'd recommend doing something similar to this. Hope you guys can kind of visualize your stuff in there. But we know this offer works. We can make some version of it for you guys. We can talk about what you're comfortable doing there, and then we can help you build the campaign out. So just take a look, think about it a little bit, and let me know, and we'll talk soon about next steps. Thanks, guys.
Okay, cool. So let's talk really quickly about how you can use that, right? So there's the reason why I want to show you that video is because I do those all the time, and I just turn on my screencast software. I use Snagit to do that. You can use Screen-O-Matic or other screencast softwares, and what you can basically do is just fire one of those up every time you have an opportunity and make a video that's similar to that just walks them through what you're planning on doing and how the profit numbers might pan out for them. And you can also use it as an outreach tool. So you can, again, go through the criteria that, like, search Google, like I explained in the previous videos, go through the criteria, make a list of those, and make a personalized video for each one of those guys, just for the people who have everything that you already need. So that, you know, the ideal prospects, and make 10 of these, and then send an email out that says, hey, my name's Rob Bailey. I specialize in helping gyms and fit clubs acquire customers at a profit using Facebook and Instagram ads. I shot a quick 9-minute video for you, or whatever it was. Yeah, 9-minute video for you, showing you what I can do for you. If you guys have any interest at all in acquiring new members, then please take the time to watch this video and let me know what you think. And that's it. So you email that out 10 times, and you'll get somebody to bite on that. If they're well qualified, you can actually get through to the person who's, you know, in charge. So essentially, our strategy here is twofold. It's to use this as outreach to educate prospects that we want to work with and we're choosing, and it's also for when we get inbound opportunities. So if you ask a previous client or a current client, or you know, you post on your Facebook wall, hey, I'm willing to give somebody a free trial to get them some free leads for a week. The strategy is to get them on a screen share and show them, like, demo exactly what I just demoed for you. So just do that once for that situation. So you're just always doing the same slide deck or whatever and the same funnel pages, so that you have less work, but that will get you business, and that's where the hustle comes in. Then once you have the case study, you just lean on that like I did in this video, and that's what you use every time because you have real numbers. Okay, so questions. Kristen, how did you get that lifetime value of $119.40? That's the price of their lowest membership. So I'm always super conservative with the numbers. In other words, I don't want to set their expectations super high and then have my results come in lower than that. So I always take the most conservative numbers possible and say, well, if somebody signs up at all, the lowest that they can take is $119.40 for the year. That's like, I think the math is $995 times 12, if I'm not mistaken, Kristen. So that's the price of their lowest membership. Yes. So in other words, that is the price of their lowest membership. So that's what we used for our reporting purposes. I didn't ask how many of those people upgraded, especially because the numbers are so small, but they probably upgraded some of those people and they made more money than that, more return than that. So if that was the case, they would easily be able to recoup like 500 extra bucks or 900 extra bucks, whatever that was. And that means they were acquiring customers at almost break even or at break even, meaning the first month that they put people into that special or offer into their program, they're not profiting anything. It's covering their ad spend. But the great thing is in month 2, for everybody that came in month 1, that's all pure profit. And they'll take that all day long. So they're basically getting 11 months of profit using this method. It's just coming from month 2 through month 12, right? And they'll take that all day for a low ticket offer like that. That's a really, really good, compelling offer. So they were super happy. Yeah, so the lifetime value is probably a little higher. They have a couple upsells, not many, but that's why I like working with, you know, fitness clubs that have a little bit bigger of a program and a little higher price point. Especially like if it's over $100 a month, you're so good because there's tons of profit built into that, and your lifetime value is in the thousands. So does that explain it? Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm gonna post this video in the group here in a little bit, but that's it. It's super basic, it's super straightforward. There's not a whole lot of moving parts there. So the next lesson, what I'll do is I'll do the campaign walkthrough where I actually explain how we build the pages and what the steps look like in detail. So you guys already got a look at my funnel before, but I just want to do okay, cool, thanks, Kristen. I just want to do a quick overview of that because that's actually the last step. The reporting is really straightforward. I already give you guys that in the first in the training video in Brian's webinar, right? But really, I think the key is to get the sale and just get them to commit and do the trial, or just sign them up and get them going. And then you just got to go and build a campaign. So like once a campaign is up and running, it's pretty easy to manage. The ads don't take a ton of like maintenance or anything. The only issue that you're gonna have is if like the leads aren't converting, and it's usually not the ads. It's usually the video or the offer. So we already covered how important video is in our previous lessons, but the video and the offer are the two strongest things that are going to make this thing go. So in the next lesson, which I'll do tomorrow at 9ish, hey Kristen, I don't know if I'm going to get to that, because Kristen's asking, will I cover how to integrate MailChimp and Zapier? It's so easy. It's so easy to do. Once you have a MailChimp list, you just go into Zapier and do a MailChimp to Google Sheets zap. That's what you need to look for. And again, this isn't a deep dive. It's not meant to be a detailed step-by-step training. It's more of a case study training so that you guys can get your feet wet with it. And there's a lot of figuring out in between, but if I dove into that, it would be a much deeper, much longer course. So, but what I will do is show you the steps in it, so you know sort of what the sequence is, and then you can just go in there and connect. There's only 3 tools you need to connect, so it's pretty straightforward. So we'll do that in the next video. So I'll show you guys like what it looks like, but I'm not going to go into detail and do it live or anything like that, if that makes sense. Liam says, thanks Rob, we have a test case client ready to go. Awesome. Get him going, man. Get him going. Okay, start testing the ads and see how the ads perform. So I'll do that training tomorrow at probably 9 or 9:30 a.m. again, and I'll let you guys know in the group before that happens, so that I'll give you a little bit more heads up for this next one. All right. Okay, guys. Any other questions? Got about 4 or 5 more minutes if you have more questions. Trent just joined. What's up, Trent? You got any questions for me, man? I know you just hopped on, but Liam, maybe you can tell me some details about that test client. What are they, Jim? Let me know real quick. Kristen has a DJ client going to slow season, would like to do a trial to go after engaged couples. That's a great one to do. We could target people who have checked into a particular venue when they're shopping for wedding locations. They seem to have a close tie with the other wedding vendors and probably refer a lot of business. Yes, absolutely. I've never worked that niche before, but that's a huge one. I think people who have event-based services like that can really crush it if they're in the right places. Meaning, like, I know there's a kid that I met who's like 18, and he had one of those photo booth businesses where it's just like a mobile photo booth that you can go to birthday parties and weddings and everything like that. This kid was booked out for 3 months. He was crushing it. He was doing like a few $1,000s a day, and this kid was still like in junior college or something crazy like that. So he knew that Google search was everything, and he did a little bit of SEO, and he was just SEO and referrals. He was getting crushed with leads. So for the DJ business, I imagine it would be a little bit similar as well. But if you can beat people before they go into Google, start searching around, and really lean heavy on like some case studies that the DJ already has, Facebook ads, you could kill it. You could totally crush it. So use the targeting to target engaged couples, especially women. I would do women and see how that goes. And then do women, and I would do, let me think about that. I would widen the radius, because you could work probably anywhere in the area, and target them based on income and marital status, so engaged. And then I would try to make the offer something that they want, and I don't know what that is, so you'd have to work with the DJ on that, Kristen, but try to figure out what people want when they're looking for a DJ, so do they just figure out what they want and make an offer and then give them more, right? So with the free trial offer, everybody else is doing 7 days, so we did 10 days, right? So do some Google research with that prospect and say, hey, do you know what people sort of look for like an initial offer? And it could be a percentage off its services, or it could be waiving or reducing the deposit fee or something like that. So look around on Google and figure out what that is, and then one-up it, and that offer should work really, really well. Okay, Liam, so you say wellness center, high-end, yoga, Pilates, etc. Dude, you can crush it with this. Just copy everything that I just did. And for yoga and Pilates, the ad targeting, just trust me on this one, is do women in the age range, simple. Do 15-mile radius if they're in like San Diego-ish kind of area or metro area. You can go more narrow if they're in like Manhattan or something, like in the dense city. But do 15-mile radius, and then for interest, do yoga and yoga pants, and Pilates. Done. And make the offer for yoga or Pilates, not whatever else other wellness stuff they offer, because the gateway drug for the person is to come in and like the studio and take the classes and get to meet the staff and maybe see a friend there, or maybe bring a friend there, things like that. So, and then just put in make sure they have a good video, make sure the offer is good. So get 30 free days of unlimited yoga and Pilates at our wellness center. Killer video, you're good to go, man. Awesome. All right, what else, guys? I got also acupuncture. So I would position acupuncture as an upsell. I wouldn't put that in. You can list it in the ad. If they're doing unlimited stuff and acupuncture doesn't cost more, go ahead and list it. But typically acupuncture is a bit of an upsell, so I wouldn't put that in the ad. Again, keep with the group-based classes and say, hey, you're going to get X free days of unlimited group classes for yoga and Pilates. Make sense? Acupuncture is a little higher up on the ascension model. Have you heard that word, the ascension model? For example, a dentist does a free or cheap cleaning. They don't make any money on it, but then you come back for fillings, teeth whitening, Invisalign, crowns, root canals, full mouth restorations, God knows what else, I don't know. That's the ascension model. Same thing with that. So you're not going to sell a full mouth restoration in a Facebook ad. That's not the way that typically goes down, unless the person just woke up one day and is like, dear God, I need to take care of this. So does that make sense? All right, guys, I think that's about it. The comments are slowing down, so as always, post more in the group as you have time to review this stuff. And so tomorrow we'll pick it back up. We'll do the funnel build section where I just explain what to put where and why and what tools to use. They also do private yoga and Pilates. Great. So I would position that as an upsell too, or just not mention it in the ad. So get the group-based class thing going, and then once they actually join as a member, they'll get explained all those options, Liam. Most yoga places provide that kind of stuff anyway. So, all right, guys, have a good day. Go out there, get some opportunities, try this stuff. Try to get a couple fish on the hook, and then tomorrow I'll show you how to fulfill on it. You guys can start making some money. All right, see y'all. Thank you. Hey guys, Rob here, and welcome to today's lesson. Let me get this camera situated right quick. Okay. How's everybody doing? I know, Kristen, you said you were amped for today. Get this a little closer, make my screen. Let's see here. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna do this rapid fire style because I have a consulting call at 9:30 that I gotta hop onto. So what I'm gonna do today is run through the funnel steps and show you how you can actually build this yourself real quick for a client. And then what I thought I'd do as well for you is do one more call this after, like in the middle of the day today or this afternoon. And hang on, let me get another riser. And then next week I'll do a wrap-up call to do any last FAQs. So I'll show you, like, we can maybe do just a quick recap, and that way everybody can sort of have a nice 360 view of like the entire business model. So we'll do a review next week, and Okay, so I think my screen is sort of here to fit. Can you guys hear me okay? Can somebody just type in yes if you can hear me all right? What's up, Chris? Thanks for joining. Let's see. Okay, cool. So this is gonna last about 20 minutes, and I'm just gonna run through the ad and the copy and everything. Okay, cool. Hello, Kristen, welcome. So, so here's the deal, guys. With these kinds of funnels, the ads and the targeting are not that complicated or difficult. So I don't want to spend a lot of time in the Facebook Ads Manager, but oh, thank you, Liam. Welcome, and welcome, Trent. So what I want to do is actually just show that to you really quick, and then move on through the rest of the funnel steps, because the funnel steps are way more important. So, but I did want to give you guys a quick update on what we did with this gym client, because a question that I get a lot is like, okay, so your ads are working for like 2 months and 3 months, and then so what do you do after that, right? So what happens when you experience ad fatigue, things like that. So as you can see here, our Point Loma Sports Club client has been spending like 10 to 15 bucks a day on leads, and it just now got saturated after about 3 months. So and Point Loma's not that big. It's not that big of a community. So I mean, we literally let this campaign sit there. Once we figured out it was working, we let it sit. I think they maybe spent 2,000 bucks in total, and now they're up to over $200,000 in annual membership fees booked from 2,000 bucks in ad spend. So I'll show you a couple of cool things that have to do with that. But the point is, do not overcomplicate it. Don't put your split testing hat on and fucking build a spaceship for something that requires a scooter, okay? That's ridiculous and it's stupid. So stop it. If it's not working, that's another thing. But you know, when something's working, you just leave it, okay, until it saturates. So this campaign just got to the point of saturation, and so what we did was the client, you know, reached out and said, hey, we're down to about like 1 or 2 leads a day from 10 leads a day, which is what we've been getting. We've been really happy with. So what can we do? So they've been working on shooting new videos for new funnels, because once they figured out that this stuff worked, they want to sell their Pilates, or not their Pilates, their yoga classes, their cycle classes. So they're shooting videos for those classes and going after those individual markets. And then they're also shooting a video for a yoga teacher in training, which is really big, high ticket, like $4,000 per student, several month course, where aspiring yoga students can take like a 160-hour class to get accredited as a yoga teacher, so that they can make money doing yoga and teaching classes. So, so they're working on all that. Meanwhile, this 10-day pass, this just generic pass, has been working the whole time. So we just, I think it was like yesterday, the day before, we just switched this ad to start serving to men now, because before the men, you know, when we first started the campaign for like 2 or 3 days, we tested men versus women. We split those two things out, and mobile versus desktop, and women at ages 24 to 50 on mobile won. So out of four things that we tested, women on mobile was just like the clear winner. So we turned everything off except for that and just ran that for like almost 3 months. Okay, so so now that we have this saturated, though, we're going to go back to the men. Why is that? Because number one, we can call out the men in the ad and really make it relevant to them. But these guys, the men in Point Loma, have not seen this ad except for like a handful of days. So we're going to go back to the men, see how it does. We should be able to get it back up to about 10 leads a day. Probably going to pay a little more for these leads, because men don't click on things as often. So the ad costs will be a little higher, but that's fine. Like, they're doing so well right now, and they know that this works, so they're happy with that. So we'll keep running this, and I can update you guys on how that went if you have interest. But you can see right here, this campaign overall, they spent $2,000.56 in total. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. But that's all for this generic 10-day pass offer, okay? And they made over 200 grand from it. So really, really successful campaign. This is why you're able to charge what you charge. And And if you charge any less than $1,000 a month, you're just shortchanging yourself. All right. So, so that's that. Now, look, this ad, there's a lot that's right with it. So I would recommend copying and pasting it. All right. So just plug in your client's stuff and copy this exactly. Okay. If you have a gym client, you say, hey, area, we're giving away 10 days of unlimited gym access, which also includes body pump, yoga, spin, Pilates, Zumba, and boot camps. We're only giving away 30 free passes this month. I should say this month. So click to download yours now. Okay. So if you did this for a yoga studio in La Mesa, I'm just picking a different area of San Diego, it would say, hey, La Mesa, we're giving away 10 days of unlimited free yoga classes, which also include access to our vinyasa and heated yoga and yoga for moms, or prenatal yoga, and our yoga boot camps. We're only giving away 3 free passes this month, so click to download yours now. Same ad copy on the image, just put their logo here, want to try us for free, and then put a compelling image of the people doing this stuff. That's what the image needs to be, okay? And then right here, free, 10 days of whatever they're getting. Cycle, Pilates, yoga, and boot camps. And then this little subtext here is want 10 days of unlimited club access for free. And then the download button, okay? So really straightforward, just copy it. Don't get fancy, don't make it longer. This copy works. The image should be compelling, meaning it should be attractive. In other words, this woman is attractive, the men in the picture are attractive, there's other people doing it, but they're doing the thing, right? So show a picture of attractive people doing the thing for a gym, and this ad will work. Now here's something that's interesting that's happened. This is the new men's ad that we ran, and so all the comments are new on it. It's only been live for a couple days, so the reach isn't that much yet. But what's interesting is you see this person who tagged these 3 people. This person tagged 3 people, and this is actually how our client got the corporate deal that they got with the local university, is their ad. So it was an indirect result of the ad. Somebody locally saw the ad and tagged someone else at the university, who worked at the university, and that's how they got introduced to Point Loma Sports Club. So they did not opt into the funnel, but they called Point Loma Sports Club and said, hey, I found your ad on Facebook, and I want to offer a special for our students. Can you guys come up here and come meet with us? So they sold 60 memberships in 1 month using this offer, the same offer, and the connection point was their Facebook ad. Okay, so this is really powerful. This exposure number gets you added benefits as well, so it's not just the leads. So good things can come from this. Just letting people know that you're open for business and you're offering a benefit to the community can mean buku bucks for your clients. All right. So the ad is really straightforward. Don't underestimate the power of the ad, but it's also simplicity in nature. Okay. So the ad targeting is just women, mobile, 25 to 50, 10-mile radius in the area. That's it. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. Okay. Trent asks, is that typical for the initial ad to run for almost 3 months before fatigue sets in? To be honest, Trent, it is different for every campaign that you run. But what you can do is, there's a few different dials that you can tune, if the fatigue comes sooner. So, for example, if the winner was women on mobile and the next best one was women on desktop, then after the fatigue happens on the women on mobile after like 6 weeks, then I would, I would put all the ad spend then to the women on desktop and see how that ran, and just monitor it, give it like a week, right? And then see how it goes. So you want to let the campaign season because they get better as time goes on. Facebook has a better time, the algorithm has a better time going out and finding ideal people who want this sort of thing and who take action on this sort of thing in Facebook. So I would say on average though, Trent, it's about, for gyms in particular, it is about 3 months. It can go as long as like 6 months. We've had that happen before, but I would say on average is 2 to 3 months. Sometimes the fatigue happens real quick if the client has had a lot of exposure in the area already, so people already know about them. But you know, 9 times out of 10, the clients that you work with are not going to have that kind of exposure locally. So I would say 3 months is what you could typically expect from the initial offer. But that gives you time to do 2 things: to let the campaign season and help them work on, you know, upsell offers and different types of offers and different things they can market to the community. So for yoga studio, there could be prenatal yoga, it could be a beginner's yoga class, a hot yoga class, a vinyasa yoga class, yoga teacher in training, yoga boot camps, right? You guys see where the opportunities are for, and I would charge them for each campaign, or only run one at a time to give yourself a year's worth of funnel activity and Facebook ads activity. Cool? So, all right, we got about 12 minutes here. So the landing page, guys, this is just a lead page. I forget which template it is, but you'll see it in the lead page marketplace. It's like one of the most popular landing page templates. And I strip everything out. There's no footer, there's no other bullshit. You just strip everything out except for the logo, the headline, and then these 2 steps, which you'll see in lead pages. So look for this kind of thing in there, and you just pick the color of the background that matches the logo. It's very straightforward. Change, I think when you sign up for the template, this will be white, so you just change this to be a contrasting color so the step instructions stand out. Keep this text the same color as the text up here, and this text the same color as the text up here. Just make it readable and easy. But step 1, check out everything we have to offer in the video below. Step 2, request your free pass. Super straightforward, okay? It's only 2 things to do on this page. This right here just reiterates what was in the ad, the offer. That's it. Don't get fancy with that. Just reiterate the offer. Step 1 is check out the video. That's why the video is so important. And then step 2 is just get the thing that we offered, right? So, guys, the video is so important. Liam, you can add that, but we're running such small amounts on these things. It just doesn't, I've never gotten popped for it. I used to do that on every page that we signed up for, or that we created. And one day my team ran it, and it ran it without it, and they just forgot. And it's never been an issue because our clients are so, like, they're not spending $1,000 a day, they're spending 10, 15 bucks a day. So the only time you're really gonna get popped for that is like if it goes under manual review. But you can add it. It's a best practice to add it, so we should be doing that. In fact, I'll probably tell my team, now that you mentioned that, to go back and do it. But honestly, man, I've never had an issue with it for small local clients like this. So does that help? And I'll show you, like what Liam's talking about is, oh gosh, all these Facebook disclaimer. This is like my site, and I do run some ads, but all you need to have is something like this: Facebook disclaimer. The site is not a part of the Facebook website or Facebook Inc. So basically just saying we are not Facebook, we don't represent Facebook. And then a terms page that just says, this was just a generic one that I got from the internet, but Facebook likes to see that you have terms, and then you know, like a easy way to support and have a contact and everything like that. So they want you to have that on your site, and since this page is technically their site, you know, you can just link to whatever they have on their site. So Point Loma Sports Club probably already has this. So I would just go to the client site and put like a little footer link to their terms page on their site, if that makes sense. Okay, cool. So let's talk about the most important piece of this. The 2 most important pieces are the offer, the good offer, and the video. So really make sure that your client has a good video going into this, and that's why that's one of my criteria, or they're willing to go and shoot it. And then if they don't have it, this is the thing that I've been recommending to director. Been recommending this. That's just a blog post. There we go. Director.youtube.com. It's actually a smartphone app. but you can check that out. It's free, makes it paint by numbers easy to create good little local business videos that the client can do on their own. It's paint by numbers simple. It's like one of the best apps I've ever seen, actually. 100% free, made by YouTube, allows them to make a quick YouTube video. They can just shoot you the link from their smartphone. Takes them about 30 minutes to do it. Really tough to mess up. It's beautiful. Okay, so so now that that is covered, here's the next step. Okay, the copy here is, to who and where should we send your free 10-day pass? So this is where the lead gets generated, but you really just want to make it simple, and ask them where, like, make it a delivery. Don't say like, hey, we're generating a lead. Don't make the copy like that. Just say, to who and where should we send your free 10-day pass? That's what they want, right? So first name, last name, email, phone number. That's it. Nothing else. Send me my free 10-day pass. And actually this right here, I like to put 100% secure right there. Instead of talking about spam and all that other stuff. That seems to be the thing that people care about the most, is just security. So 100% secure is probably the best way to word that. And then right here, this is the landing page copy, and this is another lead page. It's just a really standard thank you page template on lead pages. So the copy on this page is just, thank you for signing up for a free 10-day pass. Your club access starts today. Come by as soon as you would like to pick up your all access pass. It is activated and ready at the front desk. And then what you want to do is link or display the class calendar, because the first thing they're going to do if they're ready to go is say, okay, which class can I make? You know, can I make the classes before work, after work, lunch break, like whatever. Kristen, yes, we require the phone number. It does, I don't want to say it hurts conversions, because this landing page gets like a 50% conversion rate, but we have to have the phone number because we need to talk to them. So it really helps with sales conversions. So we'd rather lose a few people who don't want to give a phone number, because if they really want to effing come in, then we need to call them and talk to them and book their time to come in and get them excited and really roll out the red carpet for them to actually turn them into a paying member. So that's why we do that. Super important to get the phone. I'd rather have the phone number for this than email, to be honest. But we grab both. It's not an issue. I'll show you guys the leads here in a second. So link to or embed the class calendar here on this page, and then put the outreach information if they're ready to get started, so they know where to go and who to call and everything. So super duper simple, right? Brilliant in its simplicity. So I'm just going to shrink this page down because these are real leads, but so June 29th is when we started the leads for these guys, and this is just to show you how many leads it's generated. This is just a Google Sheets form that, and this is all the way down to today. So we generated this client like we'll take out about 10 for testing, because like I just punched in some test info, like this yellow one. There's about 10 of those in here, so about 450 leads in 3 months for them. Incredible, right? For $2,000. So this stuff works. It's really powerful. Don't nitpick the crap out of it. Just get it up and going and tested, and then figure out where you're losing them, right? If it's not working right away, you know, figure out where the conversions aren't happening, and then, you know, you can test from there. But this thing worked right out of the box pretty much, and it's been going for 3 months strong, and it's been great for everybody involved. So so that's just goes to show you. And what we did here is we used MailChimp, because you can have a free MailChimp list for every client that you have. We use MailChimp to go ahead and capture the leads, and that integrates really well with lead pages. So to get these leads over to Google Sheets, what we do is we just go into Zapier and do a MailChimp to Google Sheets zap. It's free. Zapier is free up to like, I think 5 zaps or something like that. So go ahead and look into that. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to set this up, and then every time a lead comes in through the lead pages, it goes into MailChimp. MailChimp zaps this over to here, and then your client can use this as a little mini CRM. So they just have these notes and everything, and it's just a master list of leads. So that's it, guys. That's the entire funnel. This is like the only other thing that we do is if the client really wants it, we provide some ROI reporting, which is what I showed you in the webinar with Brian. But essentially, that is the entire model, the entire business model. We check in with the clients once a week via email, just say, hey, how's everything going? Looks like the leads are still coming in. Everything looks great on our end. Or, you know, we just to let you know, we tweak this one thing. And then once a month, I get on the phone with them you know, this is proactive stuff. So if they call me, obviously I talk to them, but proactively, if I haven't heard from them, I reach out at least once a month and just have like a 15 to 30 minute conversation with them about the sales process and how the leads are going and, you know, how everything's going internally, just to stay top of mind with them, make sure it's all good so I can build them for the next month. So that's it, guys. That is the entire business. It's so simple, and if you use the parameters that I gave to you in the previous videos, it makes this part so easy. You know, that you might spend 10 to 12 hours building one of these the first time, and then every time that you get a client who looks just like the one that you just worked, it's like 2 to 3 hours. I'm not kidding, because everything's templatized. You're doing a lot of cloning and renaming, and that's kind of it. So what I'll do today is I'm gonna go ahead and end this training right now. And if you guys have any additional questions, you can just type them into the, you know, here in the group. And what I'll do is later today, I'll do a quick video on the ROI reporting summary, and I'll show you like an email template that we send out that just shows the client. It's like a little, you know, reporting email. And then I'll show you guys the template that we use for the monthly reporting, and that's it. We'll end the lessons there, and next week we'll just do a quick wrap-up one where it's just a Q&A. You guys can get any last-minute questions answered. But that is my entire business. I've done over 500K in like 18, 19 months, and we keep almost all of it. You know, so you guys can easily get $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month clients. Kristen, that would be a fantastic niche, LASIK surgery. Yes, for sure. No question. But run it through the criteria, right? So, you know, run it against the criteria that I outlined, and, you know, kind of do the math for yourself. So it's all math, just math is all. But that is a good one. All right, guys. Well, I got to hop on this call, but I will post another quick video in the group later today, and I'll let you know, like, I'll give you a little heads up before I do that one, so you can jump in live if you want. And then next week, like on Monday or Tuesday, we'll do the last call, and we'll start to wrap it up. All right. Thanks for everybody who joined live, and we'll talk to you soon.